Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Love After Lockup review, y'all. Yes, the ratchetness continues, okay? The inmates and their loves, or lack thereof, continues. Yes, let's get into the notes. Lacey gets home, and her dad asks, how was her trip? Because you know she said she was on a work trip when she went to meet Shane for the first time, okay? And now she has these very strong feelings for Shane, but she doesn't know what she's going to do. So she's going to wait for John to get out of prison, and then she's going to see how she feels. And I just kind of feel like, oh girl, you're going to get yourself hurt, okay? And when she's talking to her dad, she's like hemming and hawing and stuff. I mean, the dad, obviously isn't stupid, okay? But at the same time, I feel like he's, what can he say? She's not going to tell him the truth. What can he say, okay? She hasn't been answering any of John's phone calls because she feels so strongly about Shane, but she didn't sleep with Shane because she feels so strongly about John. And I'm just like, okay, her dad wants her to do better. Do better for your children. Stop trying to date people who have nothing to offer you, who have issues, who can't vote. Try to get with somebody who can offer you something in this world, your children, a healthy environment. Not to say that Shane is some terrible person, or even John for that matter. But the point is, somebody going in and out of their lives is not healthy, okay? My problem is when Lacey says that regular men are boring, and that's why she loves inmates so much. The sex is boring, the dinner is boring, everything is just so boring with somebody that hasn't been to prison. And I just kind of feel like that is the most immature way of thinking that I have ever heard in my life. What are you talking about, Lacey? What are you saying? What are you talking about? What are you saying? I'm trying to understand, because I feel like, how old are you? Like it's probably somewhere behind me, but I don't remember at the moment how old she is. However, she has enough children and enough breast length to make me feel like, okay, you too old to have that type of mindset. Relationships and families aren't built off of like your constant excitement. Like, that's so childish. You want to be excited? Go to a theme park, okay? You want to be excited? Go jump out of a plane or something, all right? Like, go be a daredevil. I don't know. Do something with your life. But to sit up here and constantly and exclusively seek out inmates because regular men are boring, as if you've met them all. You know what I think it is? I think that she feels as if regular Caucasian men don't have the swag that she's looking for. And since she's not in a place where she can meet, the Mark Wahlbergs of the world, then, she's going to have to settle for Jean that's in prison, that she met because the last husband was in prison. Y'all, she reveals to her dad, and we knew that was something else that she was hiding, but she's been hiding so much that, I can't keep track. But what she told us and her dad was that one of her kids could possibly have been John's child and not her ex-husband, because she slept with him during that time. And her dad was like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm 50-something years old, and I would feel terrible if I found out that my mom wasn't my mom, or, or my dad wasn't my dad, whatever. But just for you to have that up in the air like that, her dad was like really trying so hard to not call her a thought. Like, he was trying so hard to say it as matter of fact and respectfully, because she's his daughter, as he possibly could. But really deep down, what he wanted to say is, why is my daughter a thought pocket that chases inmates? What have I done wrong? Where did I mess up? Okay, Dad, were you in prison at some point? Is there a reason why she, is fantasizing, constantly about being with the man that's in jail? What's happening here? Something along the road, okay? There is a break in the link. Okay, there's a link missing in the chain. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because Lacey ain't going up to all floors if she's still thinking like this with these children and those lines, okay? Like, so then she gets ready to go and see John. John is upset with her because she hasn't been answering his phone calls. And they have a conversation before she's on her way to the jail. And, she's like, I'm coming to see you. And he was like, well, I was upset, but, I'm happy I'm going to see you. And she's going to have to talk to him about the whole Shane situation. And I think she's going to do it while he's in jail because she wants to see if he'll try to kill her. And if he will, there'll be a camera, plate glass, security officers, help. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. Cause Cheryl and Josh, y'all, this ain't nothing but another Matt and Caitlin. This ain't nothing but another Matt and Caitlin. Cheryl, you're in love with a child. He's emotionally retarded. Okay? You were telling him the right thing to do. Cheryl was telling him that he needed to start making at least $100 payments on his restitution. She even offered to pay it herself. He says no. See, he seems to think he's going to go into the state office and negotiate. He says that, well, I'm going to tell them that I can't make money if they won't give me my license back. Because apparently when you first get out of jail, they don't give you, your license back. They won't allow you to go and get that license. Okay. And he feels like unless they take the block off of me getting my license, I'm not going to start paying restitution. And she looked at him like he was stupid because he was. And she told him, hell to the no. She told him no. She said, absolutely not. That is stupid. Okay. You need to pay the restitution. You did that. Okay. Like you did that. All right. You robbed said bank, sir. So this is not up for discussion about whether you are going to pay restitution. That's what you're going to do. And he got upset with her and said that she was acting like a psycho. I said, what conversation were you having? What conversation were you a part of? Because I know what I was watching, and I was watching somebody tell somebody stupid to do something that wasn't stupid. And now you're sitting up here acting like she's being irrational. And then she's like, oh, so, I'm only good to you when you're in jail, right? And it must have been something that they've said to each other or, had a conversation about before. Because he was like, yeah, you're acting crazy right now. And I just, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he starts to mock her, like, nah, like do stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, see, now this is getting to an elementary, my dear area. And this is when I would just be like, okay, I see where we're going here. But see, then, once again, okay, look, just not having time for this because you have nothing to offer. You have nothing to offer. Yet you think we're about to argue about things of this nature? Like, boy, sit down okay, like, I don't understand why she was like letting him run her like that. Because she gets upset. She's like, the cameras need to get out of my face. We're going to go outside and have a conversation. And she walks outside. The door closes in her face and he's still sitting there. And she's like, you're not going to come outside? And then, they break it up, of course. And then the next thing we see is them coming back into the room. Her saying she doesn't want to argue. And him telling her that if she doesn't want to argue, stop arguing with him. I said, we're going to have to go through this. We're going to have to go through this type of stupidity. Like I can't stand men like this. I can't stand when they sit up there and make terrible decisions. And then when somebody tells them they're making a terrible decision, they act as if that person is irrational. This is just stupid and insane. Okay. Like I don't have the energy. And I feel like he the type of man that will drive you to a stroke and then outlive you. Okay. I don't have time. I don't have time. I was like, this is Matt and Caitlin all over again, y'all. I was so aggravated. And then when, nothing being resolved, him not actually saying he was sorry, him still saying the same thing, they kiss and make up because she doesn't want to fight with him. I say, girl, okay. Mind you, he owes $85,000 in restitution. 85. But the thing that really took the cake for me was when she said in the confessional, I spent money on him that I could have spent on myself and my children to give them a better life. Do I have to say? Do I have to say it, y'all? Can y'all feel my energy through the screen about that? Like you're admitting that you're taking from your children to give to a man that is not deserving. Not deserving. I'ma just go ahead and go on, I'ma just go ahead and move on. Because CHERYL and Josh, I can't. And on to Glorietta and Alexander, aka Alex, okay? Y'all, Glorietta is one of those women who thinks that we're about to argue with her, but really we totally recognize that you're overreacting and doing the most because you want to be on a reality show. Like you're talking to a camera in a car as if there's a cameraman behind that camera. That is a dash cam, sis. Who are you talking to? I was looking at it like, okay. Like she was like crying. Okay, then she ain't packed and she all nervous and she gets her clothes on and she got all of these balloons to pick him up from prison with. And I'm like, he's not coming home from war. And even then I feel like that's not appropriate. Like, this is not balloons occasion, okay? This is not an anniversary. This is not a party. Like if you was going to a party and they had balloons at the party, but to show up to jail with balloons that you could hardly fit into your car. Like I was just looking at Glorietta like, oh, y'all trying to play with us. Y'all ain't about to play with my emotions about this, okay? She goes out there to get him, stands outside the prison, all excited and everything. They call him down. She thought she heard some gunshots, but then the next thing we see is him coming out like that never happened. I was just like, okay, I guess. Okay, we meet him. He's so happy to be with her, blah, 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 blah. I'm not invested in these two at all. A lot of y'all say they were an afterthought because Andrea and Lamondre didn't work out, considering the fact that Lamondre is not getting out of jail for another 5 years, okay? But that does not mean they were not done with their storyline. So we did see Andrea this episode. She met with a detective so that she can have a better understanding about Lamondre's prison time as if she didn't already know. Andrea, girl, I would go ahead and put you in this category with Glorietta and kind of speed over your little story. But I'm going to delve in just because I thought what the detective had to say was very interesting. Okay? The detective says that just because Lamondre got an appeal approved does not mean that he's going to get out of jail while said appeal is going through or while they, retrial. No. Okay? That happens sometimes, but I don't think that's going to happen in Lamondre's case. All right? This detective knows Lamondre. He's from the Dade area. He said that he is a menace to that area, okay? He is a menace to society. Old dog out here, okay? And that is the vibe I got. Totally out of their mind, batshit crazy. That is definitely the feel that I got off of Lamondre, okay? And he says that Lamondre has not changed. Andrea is a means to an end. And when she gets in his way or does something he doesn't like, she will be discarded just like anybody else that he's done that to before. And he was just basically saying, I hope he doesn't get out. Because he has not changed. He's a terrible person. Which means we know he murdered some people, but we don't have any evidence. That's what that means. And she listening to all of this, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, girl, you got 11 mug shots. You gonna really sit up here and act like you didn't know that he still had 5 more years on what he got 15 years? And he had only been in the jail for 5 or 6 years. They say he got at least 5 or 6 more years left of his 15-year bid. He probably did 6 or 7 or something like that. I can't remember what he said exactly. But how he was saying it made me feel like, girl, you know good and goddamn well that boy ain't about to get out of jail. Okay, bottom line in the story. Moving along, Lizzy and Daniel. Y'all, Lizzy gave me everything this episode except for the fact that she keeps smoking them cigarettes. Like, I understand we live in rural, regressive parts of the country and everything. But sis, lung cancer is real everywhere. I don't need to see no more commercials of the lady with her jog on. I don't, let's end this. The tobacco commercial. Let's end this, okay? Like, come on now, y'all. Like, I get it. I understand. But do something else. Like, cigarettes are terrible. Do something else, please. Okay? Anyway, y'all. So, Daniel is staying with his mom. And Daniel is not happy about it. And he talks to Teresa. Y'all, I got her name this time. About how he isn't happy that he has to stay with her because they fight all the time. She is very invasive. She's always trying to control things that are not under her control, i.e. him and his relationships. She's done it before. She's a smotherer. Okay? And sometimes you can do everything for your kids and they still be messed up. And sometimes when you overcompensate for them not having a father or whatever, okay, it causes them to then become spoiled, and then they are entitled, okay, and then they get out in the world and sometimes make mistakes like Daniel has made because they're trying to deal with issues. They have anger issues, and on top of that they feel smothered, okay, and your smothering has made them feel like somebody will always be there for them, so they can make mistakes with their life because mommy will always be there. So there are all these layers to what Daniel might be going through in his head, or what the situation between Teresa and Daniel might be. However, when he explained to her how he felt about the way she talked about Lizzie, about the way she disrespected Lizzie, she instantly starts to cry. I don't know if her intentions are good. And she told you all of the secrets, and she told you because I feel like she's holding something back. Why did she never write you back? All those letters she wrote, she never wrote you back. I just doesn't feel like she's genuine. Her intentions are good. And I'm just like, first of all, ma'am, you're doing too much in this moment, okay? This is not about him going back to jail. This is about somebody coming in and taking him away from you. He really seems to be very matter-of-fact and clear-minded in the way that he comes off. You know what I'm saying? So, Daniel, if you listen to me, please stay clean, okay? Please don't go back to smoking meth out of light bulbs, okay? Because that's sad. And you seem like, you know, if not for bad mistakes and everything, you got like a nice little head on your shoulders, baby. So, you know, try to stay in that frame of mind. Don't let nobody stress you out like that. But when that mama started crying, I was just like, you need a man or something. Like, I don't know what's happening here, but something needs to happen because you're too emotional about it. And then she said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to let go. What do you mean you don't know if you're going to be able to let go? What you mean? Like, he's grown and he just came back from jail. You've already let go, ma'am. It's the leash is already out the door. Let it go. Let it go, okay? And then Lizzie comes over because he gets upset and he goes outside. Lizzie comes over and she like, what is the problem, lady? Okay, what is your problem with me? And then she brings up, I'm scared that you're drinking. It's going to make him drink and then he's going to get back to drugs. And he was like, drinking was never my problem, mama. I had been drinking for a very long time, okay? The problem is drugs and making bad decisions. But Lizzie is somebody who has her stuff together. She's in school. She works. She takes good care of herself. And she's gotten better since, you know, where they were 3 years ago. So it's just like for her to just be so down on Lizzie as if Lizzie has anything to gain from being with her son. Like, what do you mean her intentions aren't genuine? Like, she been talking to your son for 3 years while he's been in jail, and she had only known him for, what, a week when he got arrested? She had only known him for 5 minutes in real time when he got arrested, and she still stayed in his corner and was there with you when you went to pick him up from jail. If she didn't answer every letter, if she didn't visit him, that's her prerogative. I don't have to do a bid with somebody that I just met. I don't. I also don't have to not be in another relationship. I don't have to do any of that. So whatever Lizzie did with her life before he got out of jail ain't none of your business. And if she don't want to tell him, it ain't none of his business. Unless it endangers his life. You know, like, you know, during the time he was out there, she called her, you know, incurable STD, or she got a baby or something like that. You know, something that's vital to the knowledge of their relationship. But who she slept with, you know, what letters she didn't read, whatever. Like, lady, please stop. Because you're saying one thing to Daniel and then you're saying one thing to Lizzie. Is it about the drinking and his well-being, or is it about the fact that you want to control him because you one of them crazy-ass mamas that don't want to let their sons be men? Like, you one of them. That's obviously what this situation is, because you should be happy that anybody want him after being in jail all that time, sitting up there. I don't think she's genuine, girl. You don't go ahead somewhere. They end up hugging it out, because she really couldn't say much more. Like, you have to give Lizzie a chance. And that's what she, you know, got across to Teresa. So they hugged it out, you know, a whole bunch of bad breath and cold weather. And she went ahead inside. She said that, you know, she's going to let them, you know, she's going to give them time, but she's not going to stop meddling. And Lizzie doesn't think she's going to stop meddling. Ain't no confusion. Amber and Vince, y'all. So Amber and Vince are in the car and he's dropping her off to get her feet done. his grandmama calls and he lies to her and says that he's working somewhere. Very creepy the way he was able to just, I'm working in New York. Oh my God. Like, and there's this and it's like giving details and stuff. Like, it was very weird. Okay. And once he drops her off, she is getting her feet done with a friend of hers who grew up in the same area as her, but they didn't become very close until they did a bid together. And she's just running into her about how it's very awkward between she and Vince. And I feel like, you keep on talking this shit like you didn't know what type of, flaw stuff he was into. But it's like, so let me get this straight. Are you a con man mad that you got with a con man? You thought he was a good guy. Like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, for real, Amber, how dare you? You were conning him the entire time. You still conning him. And you conning us if you think that we don't know that you was involved in whatever, bull y'all was trying to do, whatever fraud y'all was trying to commit together, you, him, and Puppy. Okay? Like, stop this. All right? I just believe that you are gay. That's what I believe. I believe you are gay. I don't think that you like him because you are not sexually attracted to him. Okay? I also think that this is a setup that you and Puppy put together. Okay? And y'all thought y'all could take him for his dough. And he thought he could use y'all to get some more money out of his military benefits. But it didn't go down like that. So now you have no use for him. So you might as well get as much as you can, get your little bed, anything else that you can get from him, and then break up with him and send him on his merry little way. But at the end of the day, Amber, it is awkward, it is uncomfortable because you are not sexually attracted to him. Please stop playing with me. And the fact that your friend sitting up there acting like, because she was like, so are you attracted to him? I was like, nah, friend. You want to say what you really want to say, which is, girl, you ain't attracted to this man. Girl, go on somewhere with this. Vince is a scammer. Girl, you a scammer too. Trafficking. Girl, all right. But anyway, y'all, that was Love After Lockup. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. As you can see, girl, I got no patience for these people. But I hope y'all enjoyed the review either way. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.